Munoz comes up with a save.
Cross cage swallowed up by Munoz.
Jordan, what are you seeing from the teams here defensively in this third period?
I'm seeing some nice adjustments, especially from the goalkeepers on both ends. Munoz, for example, he let one lob go in. That was the first goal of the game, and since then, he hasn't let one go by him. So it seems like he's ready for those. But defensively, these two teams are really focusing on the shooters that are most dangerous. So Brokaw, Reitzman, those two guys that can show they can score at will. The defenses are focusing on them, trying to take them out of the equation.
El Demirdash keeps it a tie game at 7. Shot clock is turned off. 27 seconds left here in the third period. Each team has scored twice here. Reitzman and Egloy for Redondo Union. It's been Swafford and Brokaw for Walnut. The boys Division IV championship game. Game clock inside of 20. Once again, the shot clock is turned off, and Demirdash once again gets the left arm on that one and keeps it a tie game.
Stopped again by El Demirdash. El Demirdash with 4 goalie saves in just the third period.
Now Demirdash now unofficially 4 saves alone here in the third period. That should give him 9. Vogelsang and El Demirdash. Did he get it before the end of the period?
I believe he did.
Gavin Pierce picks up the rebound for Redondo and scores it at the buzzer.
So they do credit the goal. We'll have to find out who got it for Redondo Union.
I believe it was Gavin Pierce, the big man down low. Something in water polo we like to refer to as garbage is that ball that hits the crossbar, comes right back down, and it's a 50-50 ball between the goalie and the 2-meter man. And the garbage man cleans up that trash. And that's exactly what Gavin Pierce did right there. Very nice play.
So Gavin Pierce puts Redondo Union up 8-7 as we head into the fourth period.
We're taking Never Ending to the next level at Olive Garden. For the first time ever, Never Ending Classics starting at $11.99. Indulge in never-ending helpings of your most loved classic dishes. How about irresistible chicken parmesan? Can't decide? Switch it up on a refill. Plus, all the garden fresh salad and breadsticks you want. New never-ending classics starting at $11.99. The best things in life should be never-ending. At Olive Garden.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
So Gavin Pierce scores right before the buzzer to end the third period, and Redondo Union has an 8-7 lead. Redondo Union tallied 3 times in that third period. It was Reitzman, Egloy, and Pierce. For Walnut, they scored twice, Swafford and Noah Brokaw. Noah Brokaw leads the way with Walnut with 4 goals. And for Redondo Union, Alex Reitzman has scored 5 times. So one of these two schools 7 minutes away from their first ever boys water polo championship. And Jordan, I ask you, what do you think it's going to come down to here in these final 7 minutes?
That is an excellent question. You know, I hate to say it, but it seems like a little bit of luck is going to be in the equation on this one. Both teams playing at a very equal level. 1 goal separates the two. Both goalies playing fantastic. Yeah.
Congratulate the Pacific Mariners, who captured the boys Division VI final earlier this morning. That one hit the post.
Just an unlucky shot right there. Not enough spin, perhaps. I'm not sure. But yeah, just floating on that line.
So it remains a 1-goal lead for Redondo Union. Kyle Green, errant pass. Brad Vogelsang surveys the pool. Over to his brother now, Blake. Shot clock down to 10. Blake, the one-timer, and Redondo Union now enjoys a 2-goal lead.
Well,
Blake Vogelsang, his first goal.
How about that? Right after a bar out, you have a similar opportunity right after, and buried with a bar down. Excellent shot right there by Vogelsang. Not getting deterred by the miss, sticking to their plan, and it's paying off.
So Vogelsang makes it a 2-goal lead for Redondo Union. They have now outscored Walnut 4-2 here in the second half. Feels like Redondo Union has really tightened things up defensively here in the second half. Minute and a half gone by in this fourth period. Redondo Union trailed early 2-0. They now lead at 9-7. And I'll go back over the other way for Walnut. Just over 5 minutes to play. Jordan, what does Walnut need to do to try to tie things up here?
Well, in this instance, I really think they need to get some looks at the goal. Unfortunately, like you were noticing earlier, Redondo has really clamped down on defense. They're playing with a little bit of extra intensity right now, it seems. Fronting at 2 meters, not allowing the ball to get there, and it seems like they're doing a strong press everywhere else.
A relatively easy save there for the sophomore Munoz.
Cam Munoz again not letting that lob get by him.
Egloy. Egloy has already scored once, and now it's El Demirdash with the save for Walnut. We got a timeout. It is called by Walnut. They trail 9-7, 4:27 left here in the boys Division IV CIF Southern Section Water Polo Championship. It's been an entertaining one so far.
Absolutely. You know, just watching these last few possessions, you really see why the Mustangs stick to that gap defense is what it's called. And they bring a guy from the top down, camp out at 2 meters, denying that ball to be entered into 2 meters. But in doing so, they give up a lot of outside shots. And when you have a goalie like Demirdash in there, you have confidence. So they're allowed to run that defense, which not a lot of teams would be able to pull off because the goalie play has to be very strong. They have to be comfortable with the goalkeeper, and Hassan El Demirdash is really showing off today. Both goalies strong play.
Well, for Walnut, Noah Brokaw got off to a very quick start. 3 goals in the first period. He did tally one more time in the third period, but they have done a good job of bottling him up since that first period.
You're seeing a lot of poise from Redondo. Going down 2-0 very early. Could rattle a few teams, but it seemed like, you know, they had the necessary mental preparation, and they were able to overcome that really small deficit in the beginning. And now look who has the 2-goal lead.
It is Redondo Union leading 9-7 following the timeout. Alex Reitzman has led the way for Redondo Union. He has scored 5 times. Blake Vogelsang. He has also scored. Logan Lucas, Ethan Egloy, and Gavin Pierce. Shot on goal is high. Kyle Green trying to make it a 1-goal deficit.
Foul shot just high and wide. That was number 12, Kyle Green with the shot.
Egloy. Brad Vogelsang. Shot clock inside 10 minutes, game clock inside 4 minutes. Jordan, I ask you, when does it get desperation time for Walnut? They trail by 2 goals.
You know, I don't think it's at that time yet. A lot of game can happen in that last 2 minutes, the last minute 30. You just want to make sure you're making the most of every opportunity, not wasting any opportunity.
Swafford. Green tries to skip one in, and it goes over the goal. And with 3:36 to left, Redondo Union still clings to a 2-goal lead.
I will say you want to keep them off the scoreboard from now on, though.
Demmer Dash with the save, and he does indeed do that. So Brago's already scored. Not much on that shot. Easy save for Munoz. Precious seconds ticking away. Now just 3 minutes left. Redondo Union continues to lead at 9-7.
And if you're Redondo, this is going to be the longest 2 minutes and 45 seconds of your life. And if you're the Mustangs, tough break right there. Great shot.
Blake Vogelsang, his second goal here in the fourth period. And now it's a 3-goal lead for Redondo Union. Just 2:41 to play.
Not the nail in the coffin that a lot might think it is, but Walnut's got to come down right here and score a quick one. They got to get that one right back.
Redondo Union has now outscored Walnut 5-2 in this second half. Walnut has been blanked here in the fourth period. Like Vogelsang, a couple of goals for Redondo Union here in this fourth period. And right now, that's the difference. Gavin Pierce. Shot clock at 20, game clock at 2:20. Egloy. Redondo Union, you don't really have to be in any kind of a hurry right now, do you? With nursing a 3-goal lead. Shot clock inside 5. And the save. Demmer Dash keeps it a 3-goal deficit. And Walnut will use a timeout. So if you're Coach Watkins, there is 2 minutes to play. You find yourselves down 3 goals. What are you telling your team?
Well, you're telling them to go to that play that you know you practice all year that's going to net you a goal. You want to go to that play that's going to get you back on the scoreboard and nip this 3-goal lead in the bud. You want to take it to 2 goals very quickly. You want to get a goal, and you want to get it fast.
Redondo Union Seahawks, 24-10. Walnut, 29-4. Just joining us, Walnut jumped off to a quick 2-0 lead. It was 4-3 Redondo Union at the end of the first period. We were all tied up at 5 at the half. Redondo Union scored right at the end of the third period to take a 1-goal lead. And Blake Vogelsang has scored twice here for Redondo Union in the fourth period. And that is the difference. We were all tied up with 3 unanswered goals by Redondo Union. They lead at 10-7, and they are 2 minutes away from their first championship in boys water polo. This will be a remarkable job by head coach Chris Murin that he took over 4 years ago, and my goal was by year 4 to be in the title game. Didn't necessarily say win it, I just wanted to be in it. Walnut possession following the timeout. And that shot is wide. That was Patrick Webb, who was just checked in. Egloy. He's just wide as well. We're down to a minute 35. Did you like the shot by Egloy? Do you think maybe he could have pulled it back and shoot and use some more clock?
Exactly. I think at that instance, even though you have a great opportunity, you're essentially one-on-one with the goalie. You still want to have, some self-control in that situation. Pull it out and kill some very valuable time off that clock, because that's really what Walnut needs is more time. But if that goal goes in, I'm singing a different tune.
Timeout, 1:34 left here in the boys Division IV finals. 28 on the shot clock. Once again, Redondo Union has outscored Walnut 2-0 here in this fourth period. So Walnut needs to score, and they need to score quickly. Trying to erase a 3-goal deficit in just 1:34. A tall task at hand. Chant of defense comes from the Redondo Union fans. Webb. Webb with a good look, but it hit the post. And it'll go back over to Redondo Union.
Yeah, they were flirting with the most dangerous pass in the game, going from the 1 spot to the 6 spot on 6-on-5. It's dangerous for the goalie, but it's also dangerous for that offense because it can get snaked out of the air very easily.
Now Redondo Union using all that clock as we move inside of a minute. 58 seconds left. Escasco. Unable to gather it in. That was Noah Brokaw, who got off to such a wonderful start. I believe Redondo Union has called the timeout with 42 seconds left.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to catch that. Excellent athleticism by Noah Brokaw right there. Puts the ball down in front of his face, hopefully getting a 5-meter, an ejection, something along those lines. But unfortunately, couldn't get that. Couldn't get it in the goal either. Still doesn't take away from the athleticism.
So Redondo Union just 42 seconds away from their first ever boys water polo championship. And some of their fans on their feet, urging their team on. It didn't get off to a particularly good start for them. They trailed early 2-0. Actually led 4-3 at the end of the first period. We were all tied up at 5 at the half. And Redondo Union scored right at the end of the third period to take a 1-goal lead. And their defense has been outstanding here in the second half, giving up just 2 goals. And outscored Walnut 5-2 in the second half, and now 42 seconds left following the timeout. Coach Murin instructing his players. He's going to coach it all the way down to the end, isn't he? He's probably more nervous right now than his players.
Yeah, you can feel the excitement, especially from the Seahawks. Smelling a little blood, perhaps.
Now we're down to 37 seconds left, about a 7-second differential. Game clock to shot clock. Egloy.
So ideally, they just want to kill this whole shot clock right here.
Clock down to 15. Game clock at 20. Shot clock inside of 10. Redondo Union playing a great job of keep away. The shot clock will expire, but just 6 seconds left. Redondo Union Seahawks. Congratulations to them. They are the boys Division IV champions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned as we wrap up today's action on the NFHS Network post-game show. That's coming up in just a few moments. Once again, Redondo Union has defeated Walnut by a score of 10-7 in the boys Division IV Water Polo Championship on the NFHS network. We are high school.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life. This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Welcome back to Irvine, California, and the NFHS Network postgame show powered by Play On Sports. Dennis Ackerman alongside Jordan Van Norman, and we just saw Redondo Union knock off Walnut by a score of 10-7 and capture their first ever boys water polo championship. Jordan, it was Walnut